Yo, this is your boy DT on DT's Unfiltered, Uncensored. Here live on YouTube, Twitter, Facebook, and Twitch. And of course, I got my group with me, my partners with me, my man in crime, the Band-Aid boys on here with me. Got my boy up at the top, KDH. I got my boy down below, Roach, and our special guest, Mr. Tony, down in the corner. So what I'm gonna do real quick is give each one of them the opportunity to talk a little bit about themselves, introduce themselves to the audience, and then we're gonna get the show started. You go first, KDH.
What's going on, everybody? KDH, one of the founders of the Band-Aid Boys podcast. Definitely enjoy being on the show. This ain't the first, it ain't the last, so just ready to get started.
All right, man. Thank you for joining the show, as always. And now I'm gonna kick it to you, Mr. Roach, down below, the man on top, but down below. What's going on? Tell everybody about yourself.
Yo. This is the other half of the Band-Aid Boys podcast. Like you said, it's not the first time and this will not be our last. Thank you for having me. Thank you for having us again.
I appreciate it, man. And today I got a special guest. I know this kid, three years almost, technically, almost 3 years. I coached him in basketball. Um, Probably one of my favorite players I coached, even though we bumped heads a few times, but we always had a mutual respect for each other. He never disrespected me, which one thing I do commend him on. I've never been disrespecting. Now he got upset with me for certain things, but never been disrespectful. So I want to welcome to the show, Tony. Man, welcome to the show.
Oh, welcome. I'm just glad to be here. Glad Coach reached out to me, brought me out here. I love basketball. I love talking about it, and yeah, I'm just glad to be here. Hopefully, it won't be the last time y'all see me.
All right. Just don't fuck up. It won't be your last time.
Okay.
Okay, guys. So, hold on. I forgot to turn my anti-lock off because my phone kept going. Okay, so everybody out there who tuning in, watching the show, appreciate it. Thank you for tuning in. What we're gonna talk about today, of course, the main topic. I didn't want to talk about it honestly. I got tired of hearing about it, but I wouldn't do the justice if I want to speak on it, which is the Kyrie Irving situation. Of course, you already know his suspension, his apology. Um, Also, we're gonna talk about the firing of Steve Nash, and we're gonna talk about do we think he deserve it, and if we do, who we think he should be his replacement, who they should replace him with. Also, we go touch on which this just came into my box recently is the KD trade has popped back up since the whole Kyrie debacle and Steve Nash being fired about should they trade KD? If so, who? If not, what should they do? Then also we also came together. We talked about our top 10 point guards currently in the league right now. So each person I'm gonna put across the screen what each person who they think should be, who the top 10. We're gonna talk about honorable mention in the top 10. We're gonna go from there. We're gonna discuss it as a group. We're gonna respect each other's opinions and we're gonna take it from there. Now, of course, we go if any guests out there who want to chime in, if you're there watching, if you're not, oh well, you want to ask questions, I'm put your questions on the board, we'll answer your questions. Sounds simple. All right. So let's get started into the show. So we're gonna jump onto the Kyrie situation. Of course, for everybody known, Kyrie was officially suspended from the NBA without pay for 5 games due to him not apologizing for the tweet he put out there. They gave him multiple opportunities to do it, even though from what I was told that the Brooklyn Nets were against suspending him at first. They wanted him to apologize, and they did it. Gave him 2 times. He didn't apologize, so they suspended him 5 games, and then he came up with an apology. So I'm gonna save my comments for last on this because I got some stuff I want to say on this. I'm gonna let KDH, since I know KDH, that's your favorite player, and I want to hear what you have to say on this.
Um, so with Kyrie, there's not too much that I have to say. There's just a lot of things that I've noticed between other people. With Kyrie and his posts, I don't think a lot of people really understand or kind of really, or how can I put it? I feel like people don't really have their own opinions anymore because the definition that I've looked up for promote is usually something to give publicity to a product or organization to increase sales or public awareness. Do I think Kyrie Irving did it for sales? No, because if that's the case, then we need to also be on Jeff Bezos, who actually published the book and makes money off of it. We should also be on, even though Shaq made a comic, even though he doesn't know that he played it in his theaters that he owns, doesn't make any sense. Do you make even any comment? Then it only leaves the other part that I feel like he's putting it out for public awareness. Now, what you do with that information, I think that's what you should base your judgment off. How you base off your judgment, that's on you. But I feel like a lot of people didn't even base their judgment because even the interviewer sitting there saying basically he promoted it as in he supports it. No, I think he just promoted it for public awareness as the definition to promote means, not for sales. So, I mean, take it from that standpoint. I would say a lot of people should really look into the whole situation. All he did was just publish things, no different than what WorldStar does. They just put out a video. You watch the video, you judge how you feel about that video. No different than if you send a video to your friend. The video's out there, you send it out. Are you promoting it? No, you just want people to see it. See, make your own judgment from how you see from that video. I think is more so what he did. But not everybody seems to be the same. I feel like everybody's just kind of like, oh, well, it's a promotion because he put it out there. Even though he didn't say any words about it, he didn't say anything. He just kind of said, here. So that's my thoughts on it. I say a lot of people, I feel like they should really take the time, look at it, know the definitions of promote, and see how that goes. Do you think he did it for sales? Then yes, you have the right to judge. I think you have the right to suspend him. I think you have the right to go ahead and fine him because you shouldn't do that based off of some of the things that happened within that movie. But if you're just promoting it for public awareness, why are you going to find somebody for public awareness? We do the same thing for Black Lives Matter, and tons of people support that. Then Black Lives Matter community use that money to go ahead and purchase houses for themselves. So really, what's the like? I really feel no difference. You take how you feel about Black Lives Matter, the same way as you do as him promoting it. Because in Black Lives Matter, a lot of people did was just put it on their story. They didn't say anything about it. It was just a quick, oh well, if since you put it out there, you support it. Well, I'm gonna tell you, I know a lot of people that put stuff out there and they don't even really support it. They just do it because everybody else do it, and I feel like that's what's happening.
Okay, cool. You got your point. Tony, would you like to chime in on this?
Yeah, I feel like the suspension, the 5 game suspension with no pay is really like a slap on the wrist. Because I mean, what Kyrie did really, no matter if he was promoting it, if he was just making a small statement just to show his opinion on it, it's still Kyrie Irving, and he understands that the platform that he has with being in the NBA and being a big one of the biggest players in the league. A lot of things that he say, people can take a whole lot of different ways, and it's just really a matter of he has to watch what he says. So as the majority of the players in the league, because there's plenty of people out there who could misinterpret what he says and take it for the wrong thing, and now you have him messed up, and that's really all you can really do for him is just give him a 5 game suspension with no pay. That's nothing really, and then next thing you know, he's back on the court.
Got you. I got you. Mr. Roach, would you like to chime in anything?
Nah, I really don't have any much to say, honestly. So
Okay. So first, I want to first I want to address KDH. I heard what you said about promotion. And that definition is correct. However, anytime a sports athlete, entertainer, public figure posts something that's a product, a trailer, or something that's they own, or something they wear, or something they show, they're promoting. When they taking pictures with their shoes on, he's promoting his shoes. He don't tell you in his tweet to go buy my shoes. He put his shoes on his Twitter. He put his shoes on his Instagram. So he's basically promoting it. When he take pictures in an outfit, he's promoting that outfit. He's promoting himself. That's because of who he is. He has a huge platform. He has a lot of kids that respect and look up to him. They follow him. I don't follow him. Y'all may follow. I don't follow Kyrie on social media. But if people who follow him, they respect what they look at, what he posts. Like if somebody posts, I'm gonna give a prime example. If Megan Thee Stallion posts herself with a carton of Mayfield cookies and cream ice cream, people will go out and buy it because Megan like that. Let me go try that. So she posting, she kind of promoting. So whether if he was promoting it or not, he wasn't his. If he wasn't planning to promote it, when he tweeted it, he promoted it because of who he is. Now, I could put something out there. I could promote something. I could tweet something, but I'm not on his level. So nobody gonna look at me like, oh, well, let me go do that because I'm not there. But if I was on that level, I gotta realize whatever I put out there, I'm promoting. When women put their hairstyle out there, they're promoting a hairstyle. So anything when you at that level and you that big and famous and that many people respect you, whenever you tweet something, put something out there, is a form of promotion, whether it's promoting or not. My issue with it is he didn't condemn it. And I'm gonna say this, and I was really proud. I got to see. I know. Tony probably seen this. The interview last night with LeBron condemned the tweet. They asked him about it, and LeBron actually said he's against anything hate against any group. And he said he don't think he understood, but he said he don't agree with it. And KD kind of was in the same way, didn't agree with it. And to me, I feel like my issue with Kyrie is he has the wrong people in his circle. And when I say the wrong people in his circle, that means his dad. He needs to hire somebody. His dad is gonna be his counselor. They're gonna be the one who ruined his career because his dad, that's your dad. I understand that, but your dad is not leading you down the right path. Just because it's your dad don't mean they know what's right and what's wrong. And because his dad probably said, oh, son, that's you. You do what you want to do. That's ruining him. He could be the end of his career. He could actually not be playing in NBA no more. Is that serious? Because I heard the 5-game suspension, but I heard that it may even go longer than that because he got a whole bunch of steps to take to get back to that. Me personally, I feel like he should be kicked out the league. Because if you're gonna let him stay in the league for what he did, what he posted on Twitter, then we may well get him on Robert Sarver back his team. We may well get what's his name, the Clippers back. Because they say the N word. Oh, well, where's freedom of speech? They got to say the N word and stuff like that. Oh, don't get mad with them. Give them back their team then, because you're saying the standards for owners, but you open it. You like telling players, oh, you made that one mistake. What's his name? I forgot what's his name. He said that he was on he was doing the game. He was online doing streaming game, and he said something. I forgot what's the tall white boy name. Leonard.
Leonard. Yeah, Miles Leonard.
He said what he said. And look, he's out the NBA. But we're gonna keep letting Kyrie just get away with stuff over and over just because it's Kyrie. It's to the point. Sometimes you got to make an example, and he'd be a great example because he's a prime player. He's one of the top players, so he'd be a great example to make an example for. I'm just sorry, I ain't got nothing against him. He's a talented player. He's wonderful on the court. One of the probably best point guards of all time with best handles and stuff like that. But he can't just keep letting him just like you said, Tony, tap on the wrist and he good.
The only problem that I see with it is more so that I feel like that's what everybody has a problem with, is the fact that he didn't explain that he wasn't supporting it. Because I'm like, same example as you said, if Megan Thee Stallion's out here promoting cookies, are you just going to up and believe that those cookies are good? Or are you going to actually go and test those cookies out to make your judgment? Or are you just going to be, as they call the robots, to be like, oh yeah, those cookies good because Meg has them? No, I think the problem that Kyrie has is he didn't have any explanation, which I don't think he needed to the interviewer, because the interviewer was already judging him before it even started the interview. He was already saying, since you're promoting that, and he would have had probably a better take on it. But you know how NBA players are and how the interviewers are or reporters are in the NBA. They are set out to get you, to make you look bad. I don't feel like it's the same that, okay, we can say Kyrie and all these other people say this, but then you got some people that still promote children dressing up in drag and changing their sexes. But we don't say nothing about that. We allow that to happen because if you say something about it, guess what? Now you're going to get in trouble. So it's in reality how I feel like it's at the end of the day. You have no freedom to do whatever you want. Because you're a big person, they're paying you all this money. You have to follow by their rules. It's not about what your rules are. And the fact that Kyrie's testing that, I feel like that's where we have the problem at.
And I agree with you. I agree with you 100% on that, because it is about when you getting paid that money, it is rules you got to follow. Unfortunately,
it's the rules you got to follow.
But you're making 20-some 30 million. I follow goddamn rule. Give me 20-some down 30 million a year.
Oh, I agree. But then again, too, it's like even Kyrie, as much as he talks, he's the most of the ones in the NBA that has done anything in the community, especially for the WNBA when they were on strike. He was the one that came out and paid up, what was it, $20 million to all the WNBA players, which they don't even make half that. Half of them do. He was also the one in the black community that was also giving them homes, giving them money, giving them all this stuff. So it's like you don't talk about that. It's just the media and the reporters are going to sit there and do this whole thing. When if the reporter gets asked, hey, what was this about? You didn't have to say, why were you promoting anti-Semitic? Because at that point, you're already targeting them. And we know reporters, that's what they do because they're looking for a story. If we
Right.
would have got an explanation right then and there, I don't think this would have even blown out of proportion. But knowing Kyrie, he just didn't want to. He didn't want to explain to him. He's like, basically, F you. I don't want to explain to you because you were already judging me. I'd rather talk to someone that has an intellectual mind that is willing to listen. Why I put it out there, why this is out there. Because at the end of the day, I think he did it for public awareness. I think he was trying to say that, as I read more into the whole thing, and basically blacks came from the blacks were the original Jews. And of course, when you start saying that, then you're out here basically saying that these Jews are fake. And that's kind of basically where I was. But I'm like, he should have explained more into that. That's where I think he should get fined. And he should have got suspended for that specific reason, because you didn't give no explanation. Even after that reporter, you could have just made a local statement or something.
And the
You
thing
didn't say
about this,
nothing.
I'm gonna say that he could have apologized. That's all they was asking, but they even gave him 2 opportunities. And they even, and then the thing, I even the second time he did the interview, it was on Thursday, and I listened to the interview with the reporter. They even tried to tempt him to apologize. They even asked him, and he still refused. All of a sudden, when you get suspended, you want to apologize. That's bullshit to me.
I'm gonna be
sorry.
honest though.
Real quick,
I don't think. Go ahead.
So I happenly just to open up Instagram real quick, and then what I see is Kyrie Irving must complete 6 tasks before
Yeah.
returning to the team.
Hmm.
First, he has to apologize and condemn the movie. Second, he has to donate $500,000 donation, do a $500,000 donation to anti-hate causes.
They
Third
denied
is, third
They-
is sensitivity training. Fourth is Semitic training. 5 is meet with ADL and Jewish leaders, and 6 is meet with Joe Tsai to demonstrate understanding.
Well, I'm gonna tell you
And
this.
that's what the Nets gave him.
Yeah. Do
I
y'all
mean, that's
know?
cool.
Do y'all realize how big the Jewish community is? How much they run the world? I mean, come on now, y'all gotta realize that. That's why look what Kanye. Kanye made comments about Jews. Look what Kanye going
I mean,
now.
yeah, you
Dropping
could say
off.
that, but
You gotta-
also, oh, go ahead.
I said it's certain things you what you cannot say. You can and you cannot say. And the comments he made and tweeting that, and it's a bit debacle. I'm tired. First of all, I'm tired of hearing about it. That's first. Second of all, I'm tired of hearing about Kyrie every time it's nothing turned around. Like, and I agree with everything he did positive, but he does stuff like LeBron does a lot of positive things. You hear about it. LeBron never does nothing to look negative. The only thing people talk about LeBron doing is crying as a player. When okay, he's a player. He's soft. Okay, blah blah blah. He don't play defense. But you never hear LeBron off the court. You never see LeBron tweet nothing back. You never see LeBron do nothing. LeBron does everything proper. We know about the school and what he does, the community. We know about all his good stuff because he doesn't do stuff to dim the light on his positive.
Well,
To me, Kyrie does a lot of things to dim the bright light off the positive he does, and put the bright light on the negative he does.
let's keep it a buck though. Are you going to pay a person $1 billion to be involved in any of that? To have an own opinion? Let's just keep it a buck. Are you going to pay
You saying
somebody
LeBron
$1
don't have
billion?
no opinion?
No, I don't think LeBron really. You don't think he has mediators that actually watch and make sure he doesn't say anything that would jeopardize his community? You haven't even heard of a darn ticket from this man. You don't think he has somebody that is watching over him for $1 billion?
He got the right people in his circle. So I'm give you that.
Well, it's not just the right people.
No. We got to get ready to move on. But no, I know
Okay,
he has the right. He got the right people. That's what I'm saying. He hired the right people to make sure he don't fuck up. And that's right. I would do if I had the money LeBron did. Oh, please, I would have the right crew with me. I have everybody who understands and tell me, okay, don't do this, don't post that. Yeah, because I'm trying to save my money. I want my money for my kids, kids on down there. And that's why LeBron's at where he at. But LeBron has never had that issue, even when he first came into the league.
Another thing though, but you got to say LeBron too. LeBron did come out with the Deshaun Watson, and everybody was on his ass about that.
Yeah.
So
But
it's in reality. In reality, they shut him down right there, real quick, because the minute people were talking about it, he didn't say nothing else about it, and it shut down. Do you think that was just because everybody was? Come on, man. You know that the league was like, just leave it alone. He said it, leave it alone. Nobody promoted, nobody say anything. But when it's Kyrie, it's gonna be everywhere.
Well, because it's always a new story with him every year. Okay, so we're gonna move on to the next topic real quick because I know we spent quite a bit of time on that, went over that. So of course, I think it was Tuesday, was it, or was it Monday when Steve Nash got fired? Was it Monday or Tuesday?
I think it was Tuesday.
I think it
Tuesday.
was Tuesday.
Um, it was a kind of shock to some people I seen because the fact they won the game the night before, and he got fired on overnight. And normally you get fired after you lose a game. You never get really fired after you win the game. And then they played the next day, and of course the boy Kyrie had some great points, 4 points. And KD had a good game, but they still lost. So back to the Steve Nash fire, and I'm gonna start with you, Tony. Do you feel like it was well deserved, or do you feel like they should have kept them, gave him a little bit more time? And if you feel like it's well deserved, who you feel like should replace him as a coach there?
I definitely have to say it was probably well deserved. I mean, he's been coaching this team since last season, and last season they didn't really make it too deep in the playoffs. I don't think they made it at all.
Well,
But
let me give you this. Technically, he been coaching not last season, the season before that. He only how many times? But did they say 15 times that the big three play together?
16.
16.
16.
They played the big James Harden, Kevin Durant, and Kyrie on the play together 16 times out of the whole time James Harden was there.
well, I mean, James Harden. I mean, I personally wouldn't even consider James Harden like a part of the big three, really, because like I already knew before that the second the trade had already came out, I knew it wasn't going to work. I mean, you have three of the best one-on-one all on-ball scorers on one team. It's never going to work out. Someone's going to have to leave, and someone's going to have to step down. Unfortunately, Kyrie was the one to step down, and James Harden was forced to leave. Well, he actually traded, actually. I think that them firing Steve Nash is a great move forward. Yes, it was a little out of the blue, but you can see in the Nets' play that most of their buckets are really coming off of Kyrie and KD on ball taking tough shots or shots late in the shot clock. There's no real ball movement. There's no plays. No one else is really like getting open, like just good open looks. And I saw a tweet that they're trying to get Ime Udoka up there, and that's probably one of the greatest pickups since his first year as a Celtics coach. He had them in the finals, and they had one of the best defensive. They had the best defense in the league, and that all spurs from coaching. Yes, you have a number one defensive player, but I mean it all starts from coaching. But honestly, I would love to see the Celtics drop their current coach, whose name I cannot remember. I think it is Joe Mazzulla. I think Celtics should drop Joe and let the Nets pick them up, and the Celtics should, kind of give Ime a pat on the wrist and let him get back in there.
Okay. Hey, okay. So, Mr. Roach, what are your thoughts on how you feel about the the Steve Nash firing? Do you think it was deserved? If so, who should replace him, or do you feel like he should have got more time?
I mean, how many years was Steve Nash there for?
This his third? It was his third year.
Third year, okay. I mean, he's had 3 years, and I haven't seen anything change. Even though technically he hasn't had a healthy team yet.
Correct.
But at the same time, like before the season started, Kevin Durant and I'm not gonna say others. Kevin Durant made it clear that he wanted Steve Nash gone. And like I said, coming to the season, nothing changed. I mean, they got some new players. Half the team still, well, not exactly half the team, but a good part of the team still is not healthy. So it's like, I don't think he was thrown in the right situation. I don't think that's a situation for him. But I mean, that's that. They said the top head, the head candidate for the job right now is Ime Udoka, but who knows? There's a lot of stuff going on.
All right. But KD, same question to you. Do you feel like it was well deserved? Feel like he should have got more time? If it was well deserved, who you feel like should replace him?
I mean, yeah, it was definitely well deserved because for one, he has no coaching experience. It was like you didn't have no trial and error anywhere else. So yeah, let's just give him one of the top 3 elite guys in the entire NBA and see how that works out. It didn't. It didn't work out at all. Now I will say, the only thing I think Steve Nash under his belt is he still hit plus over 500. He still had more wins than he had losses. And there's a lot of coaches, not I'm gonna say some names, like the Kings, the Hornets, that still have not won over 500 games. So I mean, I give him the benefit of the doubt. I think Brooklyn was just not the best fit for him to be a starting head coach. But that, I mean, I didn't really see the Nets really going too far. They look great on paper just because they're one of the top 3 elite scorers. But when has elite scorers really ever won anything individually? Like
Right.
even with LeBron, he took a step down of trying to score and he tried to make his teammates better. And then when they didn't step up, then he took over. KD ain't like that. Kyrie's not like that. And James Harden's not like that. They all got close. They all won except for James Harden. But nah. Who is the next coach? It's really tough because even if Ime Udoka comes out there, Ime Udoka's come from a defensive background. You're kind of coach a team that plays no darn defense whatsoever. So how are you going to shift? And they're not even scoring elite. Let's just call it for what it is. Even tonight, they're struggling against the Charlotte Hornets. So I mean, if Ime Udoka goes over there, like I really say they should have just stuck with Steve Nash or found somebody else new because that seems like their only option right now until they get somebody defensively.
Real quick, I think they need Mark Jackson. They need somebody to come in there and.
So you just really messed up my. You just really messed up what I was gonna say. So okay, so
My bad. I just had to say
no.
that.
I like that. I like that. So I'm gonna go ahead and take it. That's where I was going. Do I feel like it's deserved? No. Do I feel like it was going to happen? Yes. I don't feel like it was deserved. I don't feel like I'm gonna blame. I'm be honest with you. I don't feel like Steve Nash was blamed for he was blamed for any of that. If he was a 10% of that, because so I remember one player on the team saying that they didn't need a coach. They could do it themselves. I remember one person said that they didn't need to go. They could coach the whole team themselves. They don't need no coach. Then you did. But the funny thing about it, Kevin Durant is the one who recruited. He's the one who recruited Steve Nash to the team. That was his pick. That was Kevin Durant's pick to take over the team.
You know why he did that, right?
Well, no, I know he would. It was somewhere he would.
Well, just so he can have full control. And under a new coach, new coach don't know nothing. He ain't gonna do nothing.
Yeah, that's true, but it's like, I put it like this: Steve Nash, it wasn't deserved. It was going to happen. I'm being honest, you probably laughing. Well, I think Chris may agree. KD may agree with me on that. I think he's a better coach than Doc Rivers. I'm gonna just put that because Doc Rivers ain't did shit. I think Doc Rivers should have been fired before Steve Nash. That's just me personally. Who I feel like should take that spot? Roach said it. Mark Jackson. Mark Jackson deserved a coaching spot. He deserved this coaching spot. It been like at least 10 years. He been deserved coach about 10 years. He keep getting overlooked because, of course, Mark Jackson's that type. He's not kissing no one ass. He's not gonna back down for no one. He's tough, and they don't like they think. I'm surprised he still got an analyst job as much as he speak the truth and stuff like that. And I think a lot of teams are scared of that type of coaching to come in because they did that with Stan Van Gundy. I think Stan Van Gundy is a great coach, but he was too tough. They say he's too old school. He go off and cuss his players off. They can't handle that. That's why I say this generation is too soft and too when they want to be cuddled and babied and stuff like that instead of just taking it like a grown man. You're a grown man. Be able to take the hey, you fucking up. You fucking up. That's what they gonna tell you. What you want to say? Oh, it's okay. Keep shooting. Don't worry. It's all right. You're fine. No, that's how most like these AAU players. They want you to cuddle them and baby them and stuff like that. No, I don't do that. So I think if they go bring somebody in to that organization, it needs to be somebody who's a hard ass, someone who go step up to the plate, who's not gonna be scared, who's not gonna be scared of KD, who's not gonna be scared of Kyrie. If Kyrie comes back, they gonna be able to like, okay, this is what we're gonna do, and this is how we're gonna do it. Point plain and simple. That's how I feel about it. Because I feel bad for Steve Nash. I didn't feel like I said I don't feel like it was deserved, but I knew it was coming. I knew it was coming this season. He knew it was coming this season.
Were you gonna keep him if you were the GM?
Would I kept him?
Yeah.
Honestly,
I would have blew the team up. I would have kept him.
Honestly, I probably agree with him. I mean, the team's gonna blow up after this year, regardless. Then
Kyrie's
not going back. Kyrie's not going back.
I mean, just
I
nobody wants
see.
to deal with Kyrie outside of the.
Yeah,
It's
Well,
just
I'm
a
gonna tell you
mystery.
this
I
real
said,
quick.
hold. Sure. I mean, at the same time, people say that you're not gonna let Kyrie just sit there.
They will.
No.
I would be
I'm gonna tell you this.
surprised.
I'm gonna tell y'all this real quick. Any team that's got a Jewish owner, Kyrie won't be there. Just letting you know that that's not gonna happen. So if it is a Jewish owner, they got anything Jews in the corporate office, Kyrie won't work there.
If Kyrie was a free agent right now, you think the Lakers jump on it?
No, 100%. No, not now. No, they don't want to touch him. No, LeBron don't even want that right now. LeBron don't want the negativity. LeBron doing a lot of shit right now. He don't want the negativity right now.
I thought LeBron and Kyrie still talk a lot.
I
More often.
I think if business related,
They ain't got
yes,
nothing
I don't think
connected.
they're gonna bring it. Huh?
We ain't got no business going on right now.
They ain't got no business connected to each other.
Yeah, nobody said I don't think I said big like when it comes to like basketball, but it's like hanging out like cool like that. I think they're just people just saying that. I don't think they really talk like that because that ain't part of
I
the
think they
LeBron
still
crew.
hang out.
No, LeBron got a crew, and that's not part of his crew. That's definitely not part of his crew. And then LeBron finna definitely dissing himself after this. LeBron finna mess up his endorsement, his money, what he got going on there. That man's a billionaire. He see what Kanye doing, and now this. And he even talked about he canceled that Kanye interview. He said because of stuff like this. He said that's why he didn't interview it on his shop. He said he had to get rid of it because it was spewing hate and stuff like that. Nah, LeBron's a smart businessman. LeBron go put business before any of these people in the NBA who are his so-called friends. LeBron is looking out for his future and stuff like that. It's his God, his family, then business. His friends come after that. So LeBron is a smart man. If I'm LeBron, I'm dissing myself and Kyrie, even if we were cool. We're not cool because we're not really brothers. We're not like we grew up together. We're friends because of the NBA. That's the only reason why. It's not like what's his name who went to high school with them and they still boys and stuff like that. Okay, so we wrap that one up. So this will go be we're gonna make this one kind of a little short because this is something that popped up on my timeline. So the rumors on KD being traded have jumped up again because of the whole first Steve Nash fire and then the whole Kyrie debacle, and then coming around that Kyrie possibly may not be back in a Brooklyn Net uniform this season again, or probably not back in the NBA uniform this season. So they talking about now, is it time to trade Kevin Durant? If so, who, where should they ask Kevin where he want to go, or should they do what's best for the organization? I'm gonna let you, Mr. Roach, jump in on this first.
I mean, they're gonna do is they're gonna try. I mean, I feel like in his situation they would try to honor him, but at the same time they're gonna do what's best for them regardless. I mean, they would.
Do you feel like he should be traded right now? You think they should just try to work a deal?
Honestly, no.
You don't think they should try?
No, nothing. You're not gonna get anything out of a trade right now. Who are you gonna trade for right now? Because it's not like I'm saying that because the fact that who's gonna give up the value for KD?
Right.
Because it was before season when it not before the season when what's called or whatever they were asking what's called he's sitting there waiting for trades and nothing fell through because nobody's offering what they want. But at the same time, if we're going back to that, Rudy Gobert jacked up every single trade scenario possible. So 6 trades for Rudy Gobert. Okay, what do you think they're gonna ask for KD? They're gonna ask for 59 trades.
We see how that trade went.
New gym. Like, don't even get me started. It was never a good trade. It was never a good trade.
That was terrible.
But yeah, like that just messed up the whole market. So KD has to wait till next season for more free agents. I mean, for the next group of people to become free agents, then you can see some, or at least near All-Star break when some teams like, all right, forget this, I'm blowing up my team. Okay, we're bringing you here or such, and keep pushing.
Okay. Now you, Mr. Tony, I'm gonna give you this one. If you was in the situation, you was a GM, and you at Brooklyn right now,
yeah,
and you want to trade Kevin Durant, what are you gonna do? Who you gonna trade him to? What you gonna get? Well, you go help KD out and try to get him where he at, or what you gonna do what's best for your team?
I'm gonna do a little bit of both because Katie's in a hard spot right now, where he just lost his coach, even though he doesn't really want him anymore.
He
And,
did put himself in that spot though, so you gotta realize he did put himself in that spot.
But then now with Kyrie leaving and James Harden's gone, Ben Simmons isn't playing the way that he's supposed to be playing, the way everyone expects him to, even though, yeah, he hasn't played basketball in 2 years. He's still an NBA level player. But honestly, if I'm the Nets right now, I'm blowing the team up. I'm trying to tank. Vic is definitely going to be something special. So, I mean, at this point,
They don't. Do they have their picks?
I don't think they have a pick. Did you do that?
They don't have that. They don't. I think they got rid of all those picks.
Yeah,
really?
I think,
Do you not know what they gave up for the past 7 years?
I'm saying
You don't have no
when
picks.
D'Angelo Russell, Karis LeVert, and all of them came in, yeah, they got rid of them
They
picks
got
a
rid of
while
Jared
ago.
Allen. They
Yeah.
gone. They're all gone.
Yeah.
All
they
gone.
would. They could trade Kevin for some picks.
Yeah, honestly,
The
that's
worst team in the league is not giving up that pick for Kevin Durant.
no. Honestly, yeah. So that whole tanking thing.
Kevin Durant's great and all, but I mean, the way they just talk about Victor Wembanyama,
OKC.
OKC's not giving that away.
they're
Send
not.
back-
No,
OKC's
No.
not giving away. Vic.
OKC is good with either getting him or you get the Scoot Henderson or you get the next pick. Like I said, the draft is actually pretty good this year.
I think the
I
Thunder
believe
have the most picks in the league right now.
they have the most. They have the most picks. And then goes to Spurs right after that.
Yeah,
So it's
So-
like the setup is there,
yeah.
and
In that case, I think we're just trying to honor KD because you can't really get nothing for him, as Robert said. I mean, you already saw what happened with the Gobert trade. It's just best to keep him and just allow him to leave during free agency. We're trying to
he just
Put him
signed a
somewhere.
4-year deal.
Yeah,
He
he
ain't going
just,
to-
he just signed
Like I
4
said,
years.
the only like I said, I don't see them honoring KD at all. At this point, they just send him where they want him.
That's all you can do. Definitely.
Send him to Orlando. Okay.
Don't do that. Don't do that.
He's not going to
Orlando becomes overly deadly.
Especially Apollo playing the way he is.
Let me ask you a question, Tony. Do you feel like this is the right time to try to trade him, or to try to keep him the whole season?
I mean, based off the little conversation we just had, you might as well just keep him. Just keep him.
Okay. I got something I'm gonna say on them. Wait to the end. See what y'all agree with me on this. So, okay, KDH, how do you feel about it? Do you feel like this is a good time to move KD? No, keep him for the season, or what? What you should do with KD right now?
The man is on a 4-year contract. What you're giving up is 4 years of KD, or at least 2 to 3. You're keeping them. I'm sorry. You done all these trades. You done moved around so many pieces to the point that now you're stuck. So you ain't what you going. You ain't. Let's just keep it a buck. Trades with superstars, you're never gonna get back what the superstar is worth ever. If you trade LeBron, guess what? You're not getting anything that's going to even equal the same value as LeBron. You trade Jordan back then, you wouldn't get anything equal that would be his value of Jordan. So KD's the same. Even if you make a trade, you're not going to get nothing equal of. You got no picks. What's the point? I say wait this year. See how it works out, because there's going to be a lot of trades, a lot of people tanking, trying to get Victor. Once everybody gets Victor, you're going to have way more options to work with, because now teams can't get that unicorn player that's supposed to be the greatest of all time the way they're showing it. So wait, you got no choice this year. Wait it out. See how it goes next year.
Cool. Okay. I'm gonna throw this out. I'm gonna throw this BS out to y'all. Me,
Oh, brethren.
you huh? What'd you say?
I said, oh, brethren.
You can't trade them. It's kind of hard. I would kind of wait till the off season and try my best, but I know KD gonna be miserable. So I asked KD if he want to go home for the season.
Huh?
How you gonna send him home?
Huh?
Like you know how they did John Wall.
Yeah, but John
Huh?
Wall was on injury reserve.
You could put him on. He could go on injury.
KD's
reserve.
not doing
You-
that. KD
you
wants to
can't-
hoop.
No. I'm just saying if he's. I want to make sure he's happy. I'm gonna ask him. I'm gonna say, hey, if we can't get you nowhere, what do you want to do? I'm gonna sit down and talk to him, because I know, like I said, he put himself in a situation. Understandable. He put himself in a situation. But I'm gonna ask him, like, hey, what do you? I mean, I know you're gonna be upset, because if we're not winning games, we ain't going to the playoffs, man. So we're not gonna be number one seed.
Even if the situation is where y'all saying Kyrie's not there, they still have a really good team.
Who does?
Brooklyn, they have the pieces.
They don't utilize it at all.
I'm sorry, my boy. They just got swept last season. The season before that, they didn't go anywhere. So what? And theoretically, do they have a good team? And even on paper, that team's in shambles due to injury.
I had to
Almost
call on
Seth
that one.
Curry missed one. Ben Simmons missing. Kyrie Irving missing. KD missed like 20
Hey,
games.
KD, I need Roach to repeat what he said because I thought I heard something different. I thought something wrong with my headphones.
You better not pull out the button. You better not pull out the button.
I'm not. What did you say?
I said the Knicks actually have a good team. If you think, bro, when healthy, TJ Warren.
It's different
Seth
when they're
Curry.
healthy.
But he's talking about next year. That's a whole year down the line.
Hey, my
Is
man.
it not?
Hey, my
He's having
boy.
an off season.
That's crazy.
Without Kyrie,
You still have a TJ Warren, you still have a Ben Simmons, you still have a Seth Curry, you still have a Joe Harris, you still have
Paper.
KD. That's
Can I
5
say
players
this?
right there.
Paper.
Then you still have a young Nick Claxton.
Paper.
Can I say this? They got a better team than the Lakers. I'm gonna put that. I give you that.
Paper.
I don't
Paper.
think I have better team than the Lakers.
Their team is
Hold on,
still solid.
wait. Hold on. Stop. Tony, what you just say?
I don't think I have a better team than the Lakers because what Roach just said about mentioning injuries and all that, we're basing Ben Simmons.
They don't have a better team than the Lakers. Do you see that roster? Minus
the Lakers roster is not
all those the rosters minus LeBron, AD, and
You can't say that.
no. Hold on. Minus LeBron, AD, and Russ. They got a bunch of DoorDash drivers on that
You
team.
can't say that.
You can't
Come
say
on,
that.
man.
You can't take away 3 of the
Did you-
best players in the darn game and then say, "Oh, well, look at the roster."
No,
Take
no,
out.
no,
Hold on. No, take
I
out
didn't-
Jimmy Butler, Tyler Hero, Bam. Hold on. Take out Giannis, Drew Holiday, and Brooke. I know damn well you don't want to talk about no Bucks. Take out them 3. You
What-
tell me how that people.
Okay.
That's the whole as starting point guard. Jorge.
Sir, we're not doing that right now. Okay, I still think they got a better roster than than the Lakers. I know LeBron's on the team. They got street clothes, AD. Russ is half the man he used to be. Y'all know I'm a Russ fan. I love Russ, but
Teams just don't put Russ in his like they don't put him in
He
a
don't fit the
situation for success. They never do that.
I mean,
they
you
were-
can't say never.
Like I
You
said,
only-
I sent a video to Chris of somebody else saying the exact same thing about what's called. I said about Russ. You have to let Russ be Russ. Let LeBron go get 30 and let LeBron only worry about going to score points. And then I can't really say much about Anthony Davis because I pray for him. I pray for a healthy and successful career for him.
Because the only thing LeBron can't do is get points because he don't play defense. So
But he's still trying to act like he's not act. It's LeBron, but he's still trying to do everything, and that's the problem. He needs to adjust and let you brought in a point guard. Let him be him. Let him run the pace. Let him do this because that takes ease off you. And then so-called by the time you hit playoffs, okay, it's playoff LeBron. We're all listening to you. By that time, you have everybody in the flow of the game because Russ is getting everybody in the flow of the game. Like, okay, we're hot, we're ready to go. Okay, at that point, you got so many different ways you could do things, but nobody ever lets Russ be Russ. And and also last thing, at the beginning of every single season, Russ has never looked good. You go towards the end of the season, Russ looks amazing all of a sudden.
Wizards season.
Yep, Wizards, Houston. Well, OKC the only team he ever because it was his team. He was comfortable there. To go right back on it, I think still I hear what y'all saying. Without Kyrie, I still think Brooklyn's still got a better roster than the Lakers because they got more shooters and they got actually people who get rebounds. And I think they do got better role players. That's just me. Because I'm just being honest. I think the Lakers got one of the worst rosters in the NBA. Just be honest.
I mean, I'm gonna be honest though. Are you Russ or Kyrie?
Kyrie. And I love Russ.
Real quick question: Why was that? Why is that your choice?
Because Kyrie know his role. See, Russ at that stage now, and I love Russ. I'm a big Russ fan. Y'all know he's my third favorite player all time. But I just think Kyrie more skillful and he could shoot better. That's my issue with Russ. If Russ stopped trying to shoot and just did Russ from the old school and shoot when it was like only necessary, but get to the basket, then I'm gonna go with Russ because Russ will kill you full court. Get to the basket, create contact, finish. That's the Russ I like. I don't like this Russ just sat outside the 3-point line and pull a shot. No, because we know you're not a shooter. You've never been a shooter.
But that's more coaching. That has nothing to do with the player.
Yeah, that's true. But
even then, I'm saying even then, would you rather have somebody with those abilities that barely plays, or you have somebody's gonna give it their heart and it's gonna be there every single game?
Now y'all going over. Y'all know how much I don't like Kyrie, so you know I'm gonna take Russ. But I was y'all talking about like a skill level.
I'm saying, but in a sense, Russ has been more consistent.
Just right now, Russ
He's
played
more
almost
consistent.
80.
Anyway.
So what do y'all? So y'all asking me who would I take just right now as a player? I'm gonna take a Russ. I'm gonna be honest with you, because he gonna be there. He gonna be there 24/7. I thought y'all talking about like skill set. I'm going.
Nah.
Okay. Cause y'all know I'm finna take Russ, my guy. So I was just going off skill set.
You taking KD or LeBron?
LeBron easily.
That's a hard one.
KD or LeBron? If you had to choose.
If I had to choose
just
right
real
now,
quick.
you know what? Only thing I'm gonna say this. It depends on who's on my roster. Because if I don't have a leader on my as a starter, I'm a leader on my roster.
Real quick. My fault. I'm gonna let you speak. My fault. I didn't mean to cut you off.
If I didn't have it depends on who's on my roster. If I have a leader already on my roster, KD. If I don't have a leader, LeBron.
Well, I'm saying start a franchise. You taking KD or LeBron?
Starting franchise.
Yeah.
KD, one of the greatest shooters of our time. I mean, he
as of right now.
It was started franchise. One up two. I'm taking KD because KD got more years on him.
Okay. Anthony Davis or Ben Simmons?
Damn, man, really?
I'm just trying to give you an understanding of that. Both teams are equally bad.
I'm not disagreeing with you.
The only difference, not even the only difference, is conference. That's it. That's the only thing. We know Western Conference to have set. They know how they run. They have the same players. Eastern has always been in shambles. It's always. They get players. They always mash them up. They don't do that a lot in the Western Conference. It's always the East. Even like LeBron. When LeBron was in the East, his teams were ass. They've been ass. They were ass. They've been ass. Even if you look at DeMar DeRozan team, even if you look at Kawhi and what he had, you took out Kawhi, that team was still technically decent. They still couldn't get past LeBron. They were ass. So it's like, now LeBron's in the West. You can't just come up with a bunch of bullshit players and think you're going to win. That's not how the West has ever worked. Ever. Right. KD has been in the West, and he still didn't get it done. In his peak, now he in the East, it's like, you should be sweeping through these players, but he's not a leader. So I just feel like Lakers and Nets are kind of equal. They both got players that don't play. They both got players going through stuff. And I mean, Lakers looking better, but
we got to move on. But I'm gonna tell you this: LeBron don't want to hear you compare yourself to the Brooklyn Nets. He just told me that he texted me. He said, "Don't compare him to the Brooklyn Nets."
Hey man, LeBron.
He's LeBron.
LeBron's still top 5.
He said he beating all the time right now. Okay, so we're about to move on to what the main show is about. We ranked our top 10 point guards that's currently in the league, not top 10 of all time, but top 10 that's currently in the league right now. So we did an honorable mention first. So it was interesting. I got to see the list before everybody else got to see the list. And I'm gonna mess up someone's name because I got to make sure I say his name correctly. It is what it is. So we're gonna start with the honorable mentions first. I'm gonna put them on the screen so everybody can see what honorable mentions were. So I said Tyrese Halliburton.
As an honorable
huh? What?
You put Tyrese as an honorable mention?
Yes. You put Tyrese Maxey. Roach put LaMelo Ball, and Tony put Russell Westbrook, which I love you for that, Tony. I appreciate that. I didn't see that comment. How do y'all feel about the honorable mention? I mean, they on the outside looking in. They didn't quite make that top 10. Do you have any dispute about who had an honorable mention up there? I know you already do, KDH, because I can just tell the look.
I'll wait.
Nah.
I'm not gonna lie. Never mind. I'll wait because Chris is gonna be surprised.
Okay, I'm gonna say I start off first, and then I let everybody chime in. I don't have nothing written. The only thing, my only issue is with LaMelo Ball. He hasn't played the game yet this year. I understand who he is. I understand. Great. He wasn't even listed on the top 50 list right now because he hasn't played the game.
He ain't played.
Yeah, I know. So I can't. I like him. I think he's a great player. I think he'll be a real great player in the years to come. But I couldn't get him that this year because he hasn't touched the floor in the regular season. I ain't talking about preseason, so on regular season. Other than that, I mean, I respect the Russell Westbrook as an honorable mention because he do get disrespected a lot from everybody. But that's my take on it. I love Tyrese Maxey too, by the way. Love that dude. I love his energy on the court. Love him. Don't know if I would have gave him honorable mention, but that's just me. Okay. Whoever want to go next.
So, what was your reason for Tyrese Halliburton?
I like his name. I'm just kidding. Now, no, I think he's a talented player. It's the Pacers. It's just, I think it was. Don't put it like that. It was hard because when I was doing my top 10 list and I was going through it and I switched around and stuff like that, and I thought about him, but all the top 10 players I had on there, I couldn't put him above. I was thinking like, could I put him above this person? And it was no, going on the list. So that's really
I'll agree. Like I said, the reason I said Chris would be surprised is because I don't have Tyrese in my top 10.
Yo, you shouldn't have said nothing. You should have kept quiet, man.
No,
We're only
it's
talking
okay.
about honorable mentions. That's it.
Yeah, it's okay.
Honorable mentions. That's
But I was surprised you honestly put Tyrese Maxey. I know you love him, but
we only talking about honorable mentions right now.
So. This is honorable mention.
Yeah, it's honorable
Oh,
mention.
you talking about me? Okay, my bad.
No, I'm talking.
No, he said Tyrese Maxey.
I was talking Chris. Yeah, I'm surprised you put Tyrese Maxey. As much as we talk about him, he had a hell of a season last year, but he's had a 40-point outburst already too. It's just the problem with that team is Doc Rivers. I'm sorry.
It's hard.
I can't say anything. I can't say anything. I can't.
Okay. Whoever beating on the table, can you? It's law. It's picking up. Well. Okay, Tony, you got anything you want to chime in on this honorable mention? Anything you find suspect or you disagree with?
Really just the Halliburton. I mean, Maxey and Ball. Oh yeah, and the ball too, especially because he hasn't played. I mean, but I feel like those putting him as honorable mention is just giving him respect and hoping that when he does get back, he'll provide and produce to the level that we expect him to. But he still wouldn't be in the top 10, even win anyway. So that's all.
Sounds about right from Roach. KDH, let's go.
Tyrese Halliburton, I'm just surprised because I didn't know how he was going to put him in the honorable mention. I think he's a good point guard, so I'm just happy somebody did. That's it. I'm not really like I wouldn't thought because I'm like he's been hooping, so I thought everybody probably may have him in top 10, but if somebody have him in the honorable mention, I fuck with it. Tyrese Maxey. The reason I put him in there is because I don't care about any other point guard. If James Harden was not on that team and Joel Embiid and Doc Rivers, Tyrese Maxey would be an all-star point guard. He's playing at an all-star level without those two. With those two, he's being held back because you got one guy that's coming back from that Houston almost 40% usage, and to the point that Joel Embiid's not even getting the ball, and he looked kind of crappy this year. So outside of that, I think Tyrese deserves it because I'm watching my boy. Keep it up. LaMelo Ball, I would put him in the top 10. Honor mention, you ain't played nothing for me to honor, so I don't know. But in Westbrook, he had one good game, so we'll see. I don't know if that deserves honorable mention, but okay. 3. Whoop. They definitely helped out the wins, but no. I give one game that I think he helped out wins, but I'm not worried about Westbrook. I feel like he'll get there. It's just that team's got a lot going on right now, so when they figure out roles, when they figure out sets, when they figure out everything, then you'll start seeing better performances from all three, but that's it.
All right. So I got to move on. You got something to say, Roach, real quick?
Oh yeah, that's why I moved Miller to
okay.
I don't mention because he hasn't played yet.
Okay, cool. So our top 10 I had Cade Conaway at number 10. KDH had Chris Paul. Roach had De'Aaron Fox, and Tony had Cade Conaway. So me and Tony both agree we had Cade in our top 10. The boy been killing it. I've been watching him on Detroit, and that's a nice young squad. I think once they get some good key pieces together, I think they're gonna be able to start competing and actually be one of them teams in the East that actually start being respected. Right now they're not respected, but I think Cade is a tough guard, and I watched him play the other night, and when I say the boy could shoot, he would get in the basket, he was carrying the team, so I respect that about him. So that's why I got Cade Conaway at my number 10. I'm a little disappointed that KDH had Chris Paul at the bottom of the top 10, but that's his opinion. I understand that. I think Chris Paul still is a prime part to the Phoenix Suns, and I think he still has the potential to help the Phoenix Suns. I just know he's starting out slow, and he's not going as fast as he could, but he's older, so I wasn't expecting him to. De'Aaron Fox, he was actually, that was another person I was debating on. So it was another person I was like torn between. He was rounding out my top 12 or 13. Okay. KDH, I'm gonna let you go first.
Yeah, the only reason I put Chris Paul there is because he does contribute. I don't think it's more so Chris Paul. I think he does play a factor considering right now he is leading the league in assists. So I think he definitely deserves to be top 10 for you to be the main definition of a point guard. But at the end of the day, his defense is atrocious. That is killing the Suns. Yes, they're winning. They are, but that's going to kill them in the long run. And I just can't play point guards in the top 10 that don't play defense. Or I can't play them in the top 5 if I don't see you playing defense at all. I mean, you were number one. At least I play a lot of fantasy points, and we play against Chris Paul 24/7. You play no defense. Then you have then you have Devin Booker, no defense. So the back court is too easy for the other teams. That's why they're keeping up with him. But they're still winning. I think Chris Paul's still a good player. Still think he's top 10. I think ESPN actually had him a lot lower. I raised him up. Yeah. So and then De'Aaron Fox. I'm gonna be honest. It was him or Chris Paul. The only reason I went Chris Paul is because Chris Paul makes a difference when it comes to wins. De'Aaron Fox has not proven one thing, even though he can put up the numbers. You're putting up the numbers with one of the worst teams in the league. I mean, what does that mean to me? Same with Cade Cunningham. Cade Cunningham, you're 6'8". Why are you allowing so many point guards to destroy you offensively to the point that you are still the worst team in the East? And probably look like y'all will be the worst team in the East, worse than every other team. Yes, you can put up the points, but again, I don't like players that you could put up 2, but guess what? The other team could put up 3 because you don't want to play no dang defense. So that's why Kate Cunningham, I kind of left him under, but the rest of, I mean, I'm not against it. I know some people like him because of his offensive trait. He's good, but I can't do it if you ain't winning nothing. I mean, it's like, what are your stats really acquiring to?
Right. Okay. Tony, you chime in. You go ahead.
I give Cade honestly because like a lot of what I mean, Cade defense is a problem, but he's young and like the team that he has now, they're really starting to build around him, and that's honestly what's making him look better as a point guard anyway. Because last year it was just about him scoring. Now it's really about him finding everyone else and really playing to the system that the Pistons have set up for him. I think that Cade's gonna get into that top 10 eventually. I just think he needs some more time on the clock before he does.
You put him in top 10.
Oh wait, it's at 10. Oh,
Yeah,
that's why he's at 10. My bad. I'm sorry. That's why he's at 10. I have him at 10 because of everything else, but the numbers. He's too young to be any higher than 10. He's just too young. And you can make the argument for the same thing with like Luka and Trey and.
Who phone is chiming? Who phone is that? Because it's killing my ear.
My bad. I think that's my computer going off. I'll fix that. But
go ahead.
Yeah. Okay. But yeah. I mean, he's a little too young for it. Yeah. You have players like Luka, Trey, and Garland, but he's just not at that level. And it's really just. I mean, I think 10 is a very decent spot for him to be at right now, especially with him being so new to the league.
Cool, got you. Okay, and last but not least, Mr. Roach, what do you think about the top 10 list? Any rebuttals? What, you disagree with something?
I mean, everybody's decision is fair. I understand Chris's decision. Cade Cunningham, he may be top 15, but at the same time, it's too early to say for him. I haven't seen anything out of him to say he's even remotely close to being a top 10 point guard, let alone top 15. It's kind of like a situation where I guess it's a De'Aaron Fox situation.
Okay.
Now, I do agree with him. They now have more players now around him, but at the same time, what does Detroit have? And like the thing about the league right now is for people are starting to realize you can't guard 6'8" point guards. It's a struggle. But let alone Detroit, they're the worst team in the league against point guards. So it's like they're just bad. So that's the whole thing.
Okay, going forward, we're gonna limit each one of them. We're gonna try to keep it under 3 minutes to move forward, so we ain't gonna talk that much. Okay, so we did that's 10. So we're going number 9. Number 9 gonna get funny now. I had Kyrie Irving number 9. KDH had I had KDK. My bad. KDH had Trey Young.
Respectful.
Roach had Chris Paul, and Tony had D'Angelo Russell. I'm gonna let KDK go first.
Nah, hold on. Let Tony go first. He ain't got first yet.
Tony, go first.
Okay. How do I even start this off? Because like not like you really pointing me out, trying to. Okay. D'Lo, hold on.
Yeah, I seen that D'Angelo Russell. I said, I already know some people have something to say about that.
I already hold on, because I already know it's gonna be real controversial, and that's like, I know I'm gonna have to like really like back myself up with this one because it's gonna be real hard to get behind. D'Lo, honestly has been playing great. No one watches the term. No, hold on, just give me a second. Hey, look, give me a second. The first couple of games, the first 3 games, he showed.
We're about to take it to the season.
The first D'Lo, look, I was watching a few of the games. D'Lo looked nice. D'Lo looked great, in my opinion. He showed some signs of the old D'Lo with the Nets. I mean, he moves the ball very well. He's finding Cat. I mean, not finding. He's finding Gobert, which is one of the problems of why he actually left the Jazz, because no one was looking for the big. Now he's getting Gobert involved, and Cat is playing the forward, which is he's very comfortable at. D'Lo is doing what it takes to keep Gobert comfortable and Gobert involved, and that's one of the biggest trades that the Wolves are probably going to have for a very long time, and that's why I think he deserves to be at number 9.
I got one question though. Didn't Rudy Gobert just score his first field goal like last game?
Yeah. No. He shot his first air ball with the Timberwolves.
I seen that. What the?
He's pulling threes.
That 3. The 3 was that?
He shouldn't have pulled that.
I don't know why he pulled that. I have no idea why Gobert decided to pull that.
I'm not trying to keep talking. I'm not trying to be the one to keep talking, but I gotta speak on this one. I'm not gonna lie to you, sir. I'm not gonna lie to you, Tony. D'Angelo Russell has looked terrible this season.
I wouldn't say terrible.
He's 5 points below his average for the last 5 years. He's averaging 13 points.
I mean, he's on a team where
4 rebounds, 6 assists. He's the point guard.
He's not the first, second.
No, it's not even
an option.
It's not even that. You're the point guard, and you're at an all-time low in assists and rebounds.
But hold on. He's not the first. He's not the second. But yet he's the top 10 point guard
on his own team.
At least in the league.
I'm saying like he's not the first or second option on his own team, because you have Cat and now you have Anthony Edwards.
I'm saying
you have him named.
But he was never the top. He was never the number one
scorer on that team. He wouldn't be. If we put Cade on that team, we put Halliburton on that team, neither of them will also be the second or first option.
I mean, I get that, but I'm saying he wasn't the number one scoring option for the past 2 years, and he still averaged 18 last season, 19 before that. He averaged 7 assists last year, and he averaged 6 assists for the year before that.
We're early in the season. We're early in the season.
We'll give him that early in the season right now. So give him that, y'all. We're going to move on to number 8 because we spent a lot of time at number 9. But anybody got any other disagreements with this number 9 list?
Yes, Trey Young. Why in the world is Trey Young so low?
No defense. Yeah. Every point guard has scored almost 25 points or more against Trey Young. If you're not going, you can be elite and score 30, but you can't stop a single cut. A single cut.
Do you see what he does for the team on offense?
Again, you can drop 30, but you're allowing another person to drop 20 to 25. So really, it's only a 7 to 10 point differential. I can get 7 to 10 points from somebody else that plays defense. No, Trae Young play defense.
You know what? I'm
Serious
gonna say this real quick. You cannot lose to the Toronto Raptors 139 to 100 or something like that. What was it? 109 to 130.
It was
They lost by
bad.
30 points.
It
They
was,
lost by
it was
30 points.
bad.
That
The
was
Raptors
bad.
are a great team.
Huh?
The Raptors are a great team.
But they shouldn't know the way the Hawks are built. They should not have lost that game.
True.
By
At
that.
all. With no Fred VanVleet.
With
Oh,
no,
Well, I
Fred
didn't even know
VanVleet.
that. That's even
Yeah.
worse.
That's how bad Trae Young is. But go ahead,
Let's
move on.
move to 8. Let's move to 8, y'all.
I still don't have no why in the world Trae Young is that.
I had Chris Paul at 8. KDH had Tyrese Haliburton. Roach had Drew Holiday, which and then Tony had Drew Holiday. Fuck both of y'all.
Facts.
Okay.
I'll go because mine's gonna be quick.
Yeah, go ahead.
Tyrese Haliburton, the man's playing outstanding. With the Kings, when he was with the Kings, he was looking like he was probably about to take the Aaron Fox's spot, and he's proven it this year. So I think he's doing a lot better. I think he deserves it. Chris Paul, definitely understand. Like I said, leading assist man, still winning games with the team. Drew Holiday, to be one of the best defensive point guards, I don't understand why he's that low, and he's still keeping up at least decently when it comes to points. That's absurd to me. He's another reason why they're still 7-0. Main key factor with Chris Middleton out, it's like they didn't miss a step. I think Drew Holiday plays a big part in that, but that's just my thoughts on that. I'll leave the rest of y'all. I feel like that's a little too low.
I concur with everything he said, so I have nothing to chime in. I just think Drew's too low. That's just it.
I'm just say real quick. The only reason I put Drew as low, like I said, like I said, I'm just interested to see what he looks like when Chris Middleton comes back. I know they look like they haven't skipped a beat. He has stepped up, and Giannis has stepped up. It's not even actually, matter of fact, their entire team has stepped it up because they look good. They look consistent. Whatever, everybody knows what they're supposed to do. It look good, but I just want to see what he looks like when Chris Middleton come back.
They won a championship.
KDH, real quick. They
Still been a
actually
minute.
8-0, and they about to be 9-0.
I'm about to say they're undefeated.
Yeah.
Even with Giannis,
They probably played arguably the weakest part of their schedule though.
And again, don't care. It don't make a difference.
No.
They won. It's a game.
Other teams been losing.
Everybody's in the NBA is NBA players. So
Yeah.
regardless, you can't look at it like that. Okay. Only thing I gotta say, then we're gonna move on from this group is that I feel like Drew is too low.
You forgot Tony.
Well, I'll let Tony chime in real quick.
I mean, I agree with what Roach said.
Huh? You said what?
I said I do agree with a lot of Roach said though. Because Chris Middleton coming back is gonna affect Drew's points, obviously.
Well, Drew don't care about that. Drew
Hasn't had less than 19 points almost his whole career, except for his rookie year.
Drew won another ring. Drew won another ring. I'm gonna just tell you that. That's all he won. He won another ring. He could be a point guard with 2 rings on his
key factor on every single team that's made it to play, even with Anthony Davis, even with the 76ers, even with the Bucks. I feel like that's just too low. He's worked too hard for that.
But Tony, you want to chime in and say anything? You good?
Nah,
we can move on.
Everything I had to say about that one.
You said what?
I think Roach covered up everything I had to say about that one.
Okay, cool. Drew Holiday should be hired. That's just me personally, but I respect everybody's opinion on that. Okay, so we're gonna move on to number 7. I had Trae Young. KDH had Kyrie. We had 2 people play no defense. Yes, there we go. Roach had Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. And Tony had Steph Curry. I'm gonna let y'all have that one. I'm gonna let y'all 2 have that. Tony, I already knew you when I seen that. Like, oh shit! So I'm gonna let y'all have that. Y'all can have the floor. Chris, you got KD.
Is your list just the top 10?
Huh?
Is your list just the top 10?
No, his list consists of no order. It's just
no order. I knew they gonna get to you, Tony. When I seen your list, I like
Steph Curry has won 4 out of the 6 years championship.
The best shooter of all time. There's 6 point guards in the game better than him right now.
I'm not taking nobody else except for Luka in the entire league for point guards.
I had a feeling.
A feeling? You got more than the feeling.
The feeling.
Black Eyed Peas retired a long time ago, my boy.
like I had like a list. I had a list of exactly why he's not higher than what.
Okay, let him have the phone.
I want to hear this. No, go ahead. I want to hear this.
Headphones on.
This is like really good. I mean, I know we're just on point guards right now, but this is like if you would have asked me top 10 small forwards in the league, I wouldn't even have LeBron in the top 3 just because of their team's standings. The Warriors just came off of a championship run. They have everybody who just played minus some small changes like Gary Payton, Juan Toscano, players like that, like small role players who played a decent factor in the finals. Why in the world are they the 13th seed with a 3-7 record? Yes, Curry, but and y'all said earlier that a point guard is supposed to lead his team. So yes, Curry's putting up the points, but for him to be a Hall of Fame point guard, best point guard in the league, arguably the greatest point guard, there's no way in the world that you should be starting a previous championship team off 3-7.
So let me play devil's advocate real quick. So Tony, you're just basing this off of this season only, not his career.
I'm doing based off this season as well. My fault.
Okay.
Mhm.
So
I mean, I can incorporate just a little bit of like just extra accolades, but like,
well, I'm trying to help you out, sir. I'm really trying to help you.
That's all right. We'll teach him. Just go ahead. Go ahead. Just go ahead.
You're basing your opinions on him off this season only, correct?
Yeah, for the most part, yeah.
Okay. I respect that. This season, because right now he's not looking like the Steph Curry we know. So I give you that. But we know what he's capable. But we know what he's capable of doing, and we know he's just starting out slow because we already know what he's gonna do.
That's why I got him low.
Okay.
Did we get? Hold up. Did we get 3 minutes as a group or 3 minutes?
Peace.
Well, go ahead. I know you ain't got a lot to say, so go ahead, KD.
I ain't gonna take me long. I'll go let you go ahead first, damn.
Real quick. Do you know the current standings for the Eastern and Western Conference?
I took them earlier. I want to say
Golden State is ranked 13th in East West right now.
Who's ahead of Golden State?
The Kings, the Timberwolves, the Thunder, Spurs, Clippers, Mavericks, Nuggets, Pelicans, Grizzlies, Jazz, Suns, and Blazers at the 1.
Now, if you're looking at that right now, do you think that is going to be remotely close to what it's going to look like midway in the season?
No, we're talking about right now.
Hold up. You can't say that because you said D'Angelo Russell, Give Time, and Kate Cunningham. So which one is it? Is it right now or are we looking towards the future?
It is younger. Curry's at the end.
No, he's not.
I'm talking about Curry's at the end. Curry's at the end.
He's a shooter.
It doesn't matter. Curry's
And
at
He
the end.
doesn't need to dunk. He doesn't need to dunk the ball. He's a shooter.
No, I'm not saying that he's like. I'm not saying Curry's gonna have some tremendous drop off, but you're definitely gonna see one in the years progressing. Yes.
All he does is shoot the ball.
How many more years? Let me ask you a question. How many more, and we're not trying to jump on you or beat you up.
Yeah,
so
no.
I understand. Y'all just like this is y'all
Oh,
job.
I'm about to jump.
No.
on, boy.
No.
Go ahead and finish. Y'all go ahead and finish.
How many more years you give Steph in the NBA?
How old is he right now? 33. He's 33, 34.
I ain't worried about his age because shit. Look what damn
LeBron.
all these people.
Bron's
how-
conversation.
How many more years you give him?
I give him about 5 to 6 more seasons. Max.
That's all. Okay, KDH, you got the floor.
All right, very quickly. Trae Young, I understand. Like I said, no defense. Kyrie, the man dropping 30 balls like it ain't nothing. Elite skill level, however, it's Kyrie. He's gonna miss some games. He's already doing this. It's just I gotta put him there. Shy, I'm not surprised because it's Shy. Bad team. I get it. But Steph Curry, listen, I don't give a fuck about Trae Young. I don't give a fuck about Kyrie Irving. I don't give a fuck about Shy. Steph has already proven 5 years straight that guess what? It doesn't matter. We went 70. What they went 73-9?
Yeah.
And we lost. So what the hell does that have to do with record? We also went, what were they, 23-9, 23-60 to get James Wiseman? And guess what? They still came back and whooped y'all at everybody's ass. So it's like at the end of the day, I don't know why Steph is even in the bottom 3. You could argue bottom 3, bottom 2. Even right now, he's still averaging the same he averaged last year and the year before with minus like a couple, like 1 assist and 2 points.
That's a bad boy.
It's Steph Curry. I'm not taking no one else. If you
Curry's great. No. Curry's great. Don't get me wrong. I'm talking about but like him.
You said Curry's great. He's not great if he's not even top 5 in today's league.
Curry's
That's not great.
Curry is great.
You're literally one below D'Angelo Russell. Hold on. You're literally almost to the point that you're comparing D'Angelo Russell and Steph Curry based off of your rankings. Then you're putting Detroit. Both those teams have been, one ain't even made it to the playoffs, and the other one ain't even made it past the first round.
Okay.
Steph Curry won. He won.
Okay, yeah.
What does it prove?
Hey, yeah.
Curry won, so we expect Curry to get better. Curry's not getting what we
We
expect.
don't expect better. We just expect him to keep winning at this point.
And right now they're not winning.
The only thing I expect from players like him who are on certain teams, I just expect them to be in the top 8 seeds by the time it's all said and done.
Well, but also too, you gotta think. Warriors don't care about them losing these things. All they're trying to do is get their younger guys ready. That's why you seen James Wiseman has increased minutes. That's why you see Moses Moody, who shouldn't even be in the starting lineup, is getting increased minutes. You're seeing these other guys come in because guess what? They've already proven they know how to win. They don't care what their stats look like because if they get another ring, but to sit here and say he's about, I can't agree with that, young buck. Can't agree with that one. But your choice. Can't get
Let's
mad.
move on. Let's move on. Yeah, we appreciate it.
Is it 3 minutes to as together so I can mark it?
Yeah, we're gonna try the 3 minutes together because we're trying to
Okay.
speed it
Okay.
up
I'm
and stuff like that.
Go ahead.
Tony, I hope you're good over there. I hope you ain't over there.
Yeah, no, it's no hard feelings. It's no hard
Okay.
I'm praying for your list.
So number 6. Oh, y'all ain't seen nothing yet. No,
Oh.
I just kidding.
Nah,
Hold
honestly,
on.
it's
Oh,
not
but you,
cool.
Tony. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Y'all definitely. Yeah, y'all gonna say something else on Tony. Here we
On
go.
which one?
Tony, get ready.
You
Just-
did it to yourself. I'm
Tony,
sorry.
Which one?
I know you
You put Steph at 7. It can't get any better.
Wait.
I mean-
I know you don't drink, Tony, but you may want to take a shot. No, I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding, everybody. Here goes number 6.
You gonna feel this one. You gonna feel
I
this
had Damian Lillard, KDH
Okay.
had Drew Holiday, Roach had Kyrie Irving, and Tony had Darius Garland.
All right, I'm gonna go first. Darius Garland has played one game. All right, and the other game he played 13 minutes, got injured, and you're saying he's better than Steph Curry. All right, next. Dame Lillard. Hold on. Dame Lillard. Hold on. Dame Lillard. I understand the man's hooping, playing great. They're winning games. It ain't just out of nowhere.
I don't know why Dame is so low.
So and then Drew Holiday, that I feel like that fits him more for the elite scores. He's not on the other guys that I have on the elite scoring aspect, but he does fit him with the defensive. He can keep up with. He's actually the better, as I feel like everybody top 5. Kyrie, I understand. Like I said, he's elite scoring. He hasn't really slowed down in his elite scoring. Makes sense. But Darius Garland over Steph, and he played one game, and you want to get on him about LaMelo Ball, who played 0?
You're
Oh,
gonna hear
no.
this for the rest of this.
Oh no.
Not
Okay.
gonna-
I think he is an awesome. Now, don't get me wrong. LaMelo and Darius Garland are great players, but if we're going off now, he's played one game and half, not even half of one game. And Steph Curry's played every single game, dropped 30 ball. That's
Got 4
crazy.
championship rings.
But that's my 30 seconds. Y'all go ahead.
Okay. Roach, go ahead.
It's fair. This is fair. Except, he. At this point, I'm not gonna lie to you. I might be agreeing with Chris a lot because Steph being that low, your whole list is just kind of just.
And Tony, I'm gonna tell you something real quick, man. I appreciate you. I love that you've been on here. You be able to take it. These two never really get agree with each other, so you got them agreeing with each other. They rarely agree with each other. I know these guys for almost 10 years, 10 years now. They rarely agree with each other. Now you got them agreeing with each
I
other.
think that whole Steph thing is really just throwing them off. I think
Oh
like
yeah.
Nothing
Yeah,
above that is
Steph-
valid except Luka, because Steph is number 2.
Okay, here we go.
That's not number
I like this list, except for the Darius Garland. He ain't played no games, but that's just your
Oh,
preference.
he's coming though. I give you
Yeah.
that.
Here's number
He is
5.
coming.
I had Shea in number 5. KDH had Damon. Roach had Trey Young, and Tony had Kyrie. Tony, I'll let you chime in first.
I want to go second this time. I just want to go second.
Okay. Shea's an amazing player. Just watching him play the Milwaukee Bucks, they lost, but
He's very tough.
He's very tough. One of the most talented guards in the league. If he had the right pieces around him, and then I think what's the dude name they lost? Got injured. Chet. When he come back and if he get that potential and gain a little bit more weight, he got to get stronger. And if they could somehow get Victor on their team,
I mean, any team
that'd be wild.
That's overkill.
That's
but
wild.
It's a strong possibility.
They got the most picks.
I
Still,
think they're probably going to get him. They're probably going to get him.
I don't. And
the
to be
league
honest,
won't
though,
even probably allow.
The league
it.
won't let that. But think about it though.
Back
most
to
of the
back
time,
number ones.
Most of the time, the worst team. I mean, it's kind of like a rocket situation. But most time, the worst teams don't end up with the first pick. It's kind of like a team that ends like the 11th, 12th pick around there.
right?
They get lucky.
Yeah.
But most time, it's not the first team with the worst record.
Let me finish real quick. Trey Young's too high on this list. Man, don't play defense. Everybody that got that don't play defense. Kyrie is Kyrie. I mean, he only played probably half the games of the season so far, I think, or he looked like he played because I seen he did a couple good games. Then He didn't show up in that game when the game after they fired Steve Nash because I think he scored like 4 points. So he definitely didn't really
Yeah,
show up.
Bulls shut him down. I'll give you that. Bulls
shut-
shut him down completely.
So okay, who want to go next? Well, Tony, you said you want to chime in second. Go ahead.
Yeah, I mean, other than them really being on my back about the whole Curry and Garland
You ain't seen
situation.
nothing yet.
Oh yeah, I already know they probably will feel it on this.
Wait, don't say nothing. Just let them be surprised.
True. I mean, Kyrie is playing good right now. Now, hopefully, he gets able to be played again. But I mean, other than that whole Chicago game, he's really been. I think every game he's had almost higher than 30. Other than the first game, which was against the Pelicans, and this game so far, which was against the Bulls, he's had 30, 20, 37, 27, 39, 35, and 28. I mean, there's nothing much less that you can expect from Kyrie. The games where he does score a little under 20, you kind of look at him like, I mean, brush off his shoulder. He had, maybe a few more assists that game. That's probably why I scored less. But I mean, I have Kyrie at 5.
Okay, cool. Anybody else want to chime in real quick on this?
I just think Trey's. I mean, I don't know. He's just.
I mean,
30
and 10
cannon.
is wild. 30 and 10 is wild, but just no defense for me.
He's an offensive cannon, but yeah, he don't play no defense.
Yeah.
Okay.
I got nothing to say after that.
Okay, let's go to number 4. So number 4, I had Drew Holiday, KDH had Shea, Roach had Dame time, and Tony had Ja Morant. I'm gonna let Roach go in first on this
one. I mean, I understand what you like with you having Drew Holiday up there.
I told you early my criteria based on my
yeah, as I said, no, like I understand Shea. Shea's just he's different. He's really playing different. Can't lie. The Ja Morant, I ain't gonna lie to you. That's too low.
That's too low.
That's way too low.
At 4?
Yeah.
I feel like he probably got 92.
No,
you'll find out later. You'll find out.
But I have Dame. I have Dame. Like Dame is just as much as he hasn't played, even though he hasn't played as much. This, I mean, he's already injured this season and last season. I still say he shows up at playoffs when it's Dame.
Yeah.
His resume speaks for itself, even though it's not much, but at the same time, it's something.
Okay.
I mean, I'm not. I think the only really wrong with this list, based off opinionated, is Drew Holiday. Even Ja Morant, I'm okay with number 4 because Ja Morant has showed he also plays no defense. We're not going to escape that either. He is off. The only reason I would say he could go higher than 4 is just because of what he brings to Memphis Grizzlies. He is the Memphis Grizzlies culture.
Is the Memphis Grizzlies.
That will boost any culture, any team for any franchise. But I mean, to be honest, even I had doing fantasy points, they were like, Ja really doesn't show like he's the same as some of these other players. So I for number 4, I'm not against it. I don't think it's terrible. Dame, he's hooping, so I can't say. And Shy, I think Shy right now is turning out to be a better Drew Holiday. To be honest, defensively he's doing great. Offensively he's doing great. He's passing the ball better than Drew Holiday. That's why I got him up so high. He does both sides.
That's fair.
And Drew had a good game tonight. He had 10, 6, and 13. So 13 assists and 10 points. I mean, that's good because I mean, to me, I would look at assists. If you give assists, I count that point towards you in a way because you helped at that point. So I like that. Shea tonight had 16, 1, and 3. So, yeah, he had a little trouble tonight. Okay. Anybody else want to chime in on this list?
No, I'm good.
Okay, so we finna find out who Tony had at number 3 above Steph Curry and Ja Morant. Y'all gonna love this one.
Yeah, they're gonna love this.
Oh my damn.
Yes.
So us three collectively had Ja Morant at number 3, and
the floor is yours.
Yeah. Let me hit this one especially because all 3 of y'all have the exact same person, so it's probably the exact same argument.
We didn't even talk about it. I'm being we didn't discuss
at all.
Let me put it like this. We was on the phone talking about the list, looking at the list online. We didn't tell each other what our list was.
I should have probably had you on that call. I probably could have moved me just from being on the phone.
Yeah, you would have been on that call. Your list would have been totally different. I'm being honest. You would on that call, it would have been different.
But I mean, you can make the same argument that you just made about John Morant being the Memphis Grizzlies before I can't say his name. DeJounte Murray, Trae Young was the Atlanta Hawks. Trae Young led them. I mean, yes, this is currently, but Trae Young led them to that amazing playoff run that they did where they lost to the Bucks. But I mean, Trae Young's been putting up amazing numbers. Trae Young's been doing the same thing that Trae Young was doing last year with the addition of another superstar. I mean, no, I'm not saying superstar. Just
Okay, ooh, I'm about to say.
Yeah, my bad. But like another all-star. I mean, like he really hasn't missed a beat since the addition of another great point guard. And now with which I know what's it called? KDH's whole argument being about defense. Trae Young doesn't have to worry about defense because he has one of the best defensive guards in the league as his two-man.
Real quick, he has to worry about defense because if he's 0 for 215, the person that he's guarding has 20.
I'm only gonna say one thing, and Trae Young is one of the most elite offensive players in the league. I will give him that. But if anybody knows Trae Young and his weakness, when Miami shut his ass down by playing him full court, and they almost got swept. The only reason they didn't was just due to a couple injuries from the Heat, with Tyler Hero missing out. That is a problem. Now, we'll say with DeJounte Murray, it does help a little bit, but you can't give up. You can't let Cody Martin or Bob McAdoo score 30 points that no one's heard of, and you're supposed to be guarding him. That doesn't make any sense. Like, why are you letting somebody on the bench drop 20 on you? Then you allow the starter to drop 25 on you. I can't keep him that high. I just can't. I can't.
You
Offensively, number one.
Heat, but like you mentioned the whole Heat conversation. That's what the Heat do. The Heat are known for that. The Heat are a grit and grind organization. The Heat have always been a grit and grind organization. That's why you have to respect them as a team, even though the star power isn't there. That's just what they do. They lock up players, especially with Jimmy being the face of their defense. And then,
I mean, but from his defense, I mean, Miami's my favorite team. But his defense, Miami, they're great at picking diamond in the rough. They'll take anybody. And in their system, they'll put them on Trae Young, and they'll have that person, whoever it is, shut Trae Young down.
Okay, so for one team to be able to stop Trae Young.
Oh, no.
Boston would do the same thing.
Boston's the best defensive team in the league. Boston has the ability to.
But, I mean, but you got to think when you're talking playoffs, there's only 3 teams that advance each time. So that if we name 2 of those, that's you one of those teams are gonna knock you out simply because of that.
Easily.
Simply because of that. And even Philly's not a defensive team. That's why Hawks had no problem beating them to get there. But if you want to go back to even further, when Heat had Jimmy Butler and they had not Heat, when the Sixers had Jimmy Butler, they still shut them down. Who also shut them down was Kawhi Leonard during the season. You can't help when a guard normally drops 10 points, but then playing against Trae Young, he gets 25.
The whole defensive part that you're mentioning, you're naming the best defensive teams and the best defensive player. You just mentioned Kawhi Leonard. Kawhi Leonard is arguably shutting down everyone in the league, except for like Giannis and maybe.
So what's? I was about to say, so not. I'm not gonna spend too much time on it, but the biggest problem we always have is why Trae Young can't get him up here, and the reason they can't get him up here is because he's allowing too many people to match with him offensively. That's a problem. Yeah, Steph Curry, I don't have to worry about that. You get the same thing. Steph Curry may not play the best defense, but he can stay in front of somebody, and he has help that can do it. Hawks ain't got too many good defensive players either. DeJounte Murray with help, but that doesn't boost Trae Young at all. No, that doesn't at all. That's just my thoughts on it.
Okay, guys, we got to move on from this. That was a great discussion. So when y'all see number 2, you can be even better.
Coach, honestly, I feel like you just
there's no.
I love y'all messing with you. We got 2 more. Let's go. So we're gonna move on to number 2.
There's no way I'm giving.
And we all 3 got Steph Curry, and he got Dame time.
I'm a huge Dame fan.
Dame above
I'm a huge Dame fan.
Steph Curry.
As of now.
Okay.
That's all right. It's as of now. It will change in 5 days.
Look, hopefully,
I'm gonna say this. At least you don't got D'Angelo Russell number 2 because you have him number 2 too.
And number 10 is still bad.
It's bad.
Even if you just go off of stats, he's not even in the top 20.
Respectfully, he's not an honorable mention.
So So let's go. Let. I mean, it's Steph Curry. I'm gonna speak first. It's Stephen Curry. It's the man, the myth, the legend, the one that owns the Steph Curry, the man who got 4 rings. He got 1, 2, 3, 4. Love that guy.
Love that guy.
I do. I love the guy. It doesn't I
Just
can say
say-
bad about
look, it's-
him. I say bad about one of his teammates I don't like, but it's nothing I can say bad about this dude. I mean, it just
Look at Curry, man.
Oh,
it's just
God.
like Curry, like he
So
does.
inspirational.
Yeah, he does. He does his thing on the court. He plays basketball. He no issues, no drama, no nothing. Got a beautiful family. Got a whole bunch of money. I wish he could adopt me, even though I'm older than him. But I
All right,
still
come
wish
on.
he could adopt me.
Listen. I'm gonna take the same principle as Kobe or Jordan would say. They're just gonna show these. You ain't better. Yeah, just gonna show. I'm gonna show these. You ain't better. It don't matter what you do. You may drop 40 on me. I started this. I'm beginning with it. We're gonna end with it. I don't see nobody too much better than him.
No,
That's just
no,
me.
not right now.
But Dame Lillard, he's hooping. I give him that. I give him that.
Yeah, I get Dame. Yeah,
He
I don't like him at number 2, but I give him in the top
But
10.
he hooping.
And it's
He's-
like,
yeah, he's definitely top 10.
Yeah, I say he top 10, but not
Yeah.
I'm gonna say
Dame being my top 3 is I'm real big on respect. You got to respect the grind that Dame has been on. Yes, obviously you can respect Curry even more because he's been on the same team, has been through the rough with the same team, and has won the rings. Dame hasn't left, and Dame is coming off of an injury, and he had 20 his first game with 5-18, which people were like a little scared of. But then put up 41 2 nights back to back. I mean, and then a small drop off of 31, and then recently 22. I mean, Dame's been hooping, and then now you have Anthony Simons coming back. I mean, not coming back. Anthony Simons is making the jump, and now he's hooping. I think the Blazers could definitely be scary, especially with Dame and Anthony Simons leaving them.
I will give him that. I think they will make the playoffs this year, or they barely might miss. So I mean, it's just the man's already getting injured. He already missed in the second game. They just missed tonight's game.
Yeah.
I already said it last time. It's gonna be hard, but we'll see. We'll see.
all right, hold on. Where is this? Here we go. Play this.
So I'm guessing everybody has common sense
Oh.
for number 1.
Everybody has a number 1, Luka.
Oh my goodness!
I play that for Luka. He's white, man, so that's good.
Wow, he's
Oh,
European.
that's epic. That's epic.
He's
He
European.
is. He's still Caucasian, regardless. He's Caucasian. So we all DT, KD, KDH. I got KDK today. Roach and Tony all had Luka Doncic. That's the number 1 pick. So who would like to chime in on this? Who has an issue with this group?
I don't have an issue. I just gotta say that's a bad boy right there. That's a bad boy.
Yeah, he definitely is. Definitely not the great. I'm about to say the great. Sorry, the best point guard right now in the game. He's doing things that hasn't been done before, and if he keep doing what he's doing, he will be down MVP. I would definitely give that. He keep doing what he's doing, he'll be MVP. But I want to see how he get towards the middle of the season. Because I'm gonna tell you my issue with Luka right now. Luka killing it. He dropping points. He doing his thing. But he using a lot of fucking energy to do it. How many minutes?
Yeah.
If I'm not mistaken, how many minutes he averaging?
He
per
has
game?
to, because last year he was slacking. That was the problem with him last year. He was getting too tired. Which, I mean, with the person that literally has to do everything for his team to even remotely be decent, that's what it requires.
Averaging 36 points a game. I mean, 36 minutes per game. That's a lot.
He has to. Yes, to.
But-
But I will
but-
say he should only play 60 games. That's it.
Well, no, he can't. No, because he plays 60, he won't get MVP. They said the minimum is 63 games.
I said he has to play at least 60 games.
Yeah,
I didn't
but
say the most.
No, he has to pay 63 if he want to be considered for MVP.
If Luka somehow put up 40 balls, he averaged, because right now he's averaging what, 36, 30, 33, somewhere else.
36 flat.
36 flat, right? If
Yep.
Luka somehow pushes that,
36.5.
if Luka somehow pushed that in 38, he is the league's MVP. I don't give a fuck what record. If you putting up that number, you deserve it. That, because at the end of the day, it's the most valuable player for their team. If you take Luka and switch it with anybody in the league, they're not going to even produce damn near the same results with Luka. That's the only reason why I say he should be the first player if they don't even make it in the top 6 to win MVP potentially.
He's not good. I'm be honest with you. Hear you, respect you, everything. I agree with you. If they not top 6 and he don't play 63 games, he's not getting MVP. It's out the question. They're not gonna vote for him. They're
No,
not.
I don't think it will because it's
He
their
gonna
game.
still be.
They still love
He
Giannis.
gonna get a third place or second place vote, but he won't get that first place vote.
He'll just get the scoring title.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah, he'll get that. He'll get that. And I think I'd rather have MVP than scoring title, to be honest.
But he's
Yeah,
I'd rather
we all
have
know
both.
that. Look at Joel
I'd
Embiid.
rather have both.
Joel Embiid moped the whole freaking playoffs because he didn't win it.
And they lost in the playoffs. So our list, we had a great list, great top 10 list. If y'all didn't you catching it till end of the show, you could go back and look at it. The video gonna be on YouTube and Facebook and Twitter forever. Yeah, that was a great list. I enjoyed that. It was a great discussion. I appreciate you, Tony. You really brought a lot to the table. You made us enjoy that even more. I appreciate your list. Because without you, we probably wouldn't have had the comic relief. So thank you for your thank you. It was great actually you on the show because you would thought like us, then we would probably we would been good. So you helped us.
We agreed on the same thing.
Man, you gotta love when people have different opinions because it makes the things interesting. So for that,
Cool. So we're wrapping up the show right now. We had a great show. We talked about the Kyrie situation, Steve Nash. Of course, we talked about the Kevin Durant, and we talked about top 10 point guards in the league right now. So this segment of my show is called
Miss me with that bullshit.
So what I'd like to give my guests every show going forward. If it's something that they want to get off their chest, whether it got something to do with what happened in the NBA, it could be something that happened at home. It could be something that they seen on social media, something somebody did to them, whatever, whatever you want to get off your chest. I give you that 30 to 60 seconds to get it off your chest. And before, I'm going to go first. And when I say when I tell you I get out my chest, I'm going to hit the miss me. When I finish, I'm going to hit the miss me with the bullshit thing. Okay, so here my issue is. So I went to a camp. I did a show 2 weeks ago at a camp at Central Gwinnett High School. Awesome camp, love it. Born to Ball Nation, great organization, great people and everything. Loved it. Set up my equipment and everything, did my interviews, broke down my equipment, took it home with me. So I realized when I went to the Meadow Creek football game last week, where's my sign at? My DT unfiltered uncensored sign. So I started thinking like, oh shit, I left the sign at Central Gwinnett High School. So I don't call up to the school, talk to the receptionist, transfer me to the janitors, left a voice message, no return. So I decided to do a pop-up visit. I went to the school on Friday. So I'm just telling y'all real quick. I put the I was there on the sign. What day was it? It was 2 weeks ago. It was on the 22nd, October the 22nd. I brought my sign with me. The lady at the front desk called the janitor. Said, how did the sign look? I said, well, it was a huge white sign. It has DT unfiltered uncensored on it. She told him. He said, is it real big, like rectangular? Yeah. He said, oh, I remember that sign. Oh, it was out by the garbage can 2 weeks ago. Why the fuck did they put my shit in the trash? First of all, if you seen the sign, it's not cheap. You could tell from the material. So you knew someone left that. You knew they was going to come back and get it. So instead, the janitors would go put it in the trash can. If I could have put my hands on those janitors, if I would have seen them, if I would have, I'm not going to say what I want to say because I would call the, no, I'm not going to say it. But I'm not going to say it because I'm live on everything, all platforms. Why would you do that? That's my question. It didn't make no sense for them to throw it away. And they didn't even keep it a week or so. He said it was 2 weeks ago. So they put it in the trash that Monday. That's all I got to say. That's what I got to say about I was pissed about that. I paid $85 for that sign. Y'all threw it in the trash.
They didn't reimburse you?
But it's my fault. No, they won't go reverse me. It's my fault. But to me, I felt like you knew the sign, you felt it. It wasn't like it was paper that you could bend. It was a sign, and you decided to put it in the trash instead of like putting it to the sign, saying, "Hey, they gonna come back and look for this sign. So let's put this somewhere we could store it at, or put it in the custodian room or something like that." You threw it in the trash. I promise you, if I knew how they look and I seen them somewhere in Lawrenceville or somewhere, it's on site. It's on site. I'm gonna beat the $85 out of them.
We're not gonna do that, okay, ladies and gentlemen. It's just a figure of speech.
Yeah, just I'm not gonna do that. I'm not gonna do that. Okay. Anyone else would like to say something, anything that made them mad this week?
This week, I'm trying to think. Anything
Or it
happened?
could be anything last 2 weeks because we didn't do it last week. Anything you want to just get off your chest?
Oh yeah, I do. And it's
Okay, go ahead.
goddamn traveling. I've
Okay,
been
go
to
ahead.
4 different states in 1 week. 4 different states in 1 week, mind you. 4 different jobs with 4 different hours. For 2 days in Chicago, we worked from what was it? 5 a.m. till noon for 2 days. No, for 3 days. Then they shipped me to Tallahassee, Florida, where I'm working 6 a.m. to 4 for 1 day. Then they sent me back to Chicago to work 2 a.m. till 9 a.m. I wake up normally at 7 a.m. What am I supposed to? I woke up every day at 8 as soon as I got off work. I slept for 2 hours. Then you can't even plan for nothing. I had to go back and it. So did that. Then they asked me to stay in Chicago, drive about an hour out to work 5 p.m. to 5 a.m. the very next day for 2 days. I get into the 5 p.m., 5 a.m. job, and they know what he's doing my time. He sees what I've been doing, moving around with different hours. This motherfucker gonna have the nerve to tell me, yeah, you can't wear headphones. Did you read the employee handbook?
Miss me with that bullshit.
Hold on.
Oh.
So then, no, that wasn't even it. That wasn't even it. So then that was so with I don't know if anybody's dealt with Amazon, but in this company we have 2 PMs. So that first PM told me to take out the headphone because I shouldn't have to stop drilling to be on the cell phone. Now, if anybody's drilled concrete, you know it's loud. It's hard. You have to drill it loud. So then it gets to the end of the day. He starts with, hey, I need you to be on the phone 10th of the time. Then a fat bitch PM gonna come in and talk about some, well, did you read your employee handbook? I'm like, oh, so you two just kind of double it up out here. And so I was like, she's like, well, when you don't need to be on the phone, when you're supposed to step outside in order to make a phone call. I said, that's funny because he just told me I shouldn't have to stop drilling to be on a phone call. And then you're telling me that I should step outside. So which one is it? Do I keep working or stop? Because at the end of the day, y'all about to send me home. I ain't dealing with this bullshit. So the next day, it was kind of funny. I tried to hide like I wasn't on headphones, but then I asked him for a question. He came near me. My headphone fell out my ear. The next day, they shipped me out. They shipped me out to Tallahassee.
Can I hit it now?
You get it now.
Miss me with that
I ain't give a
bullshit.
fuck. I ain't give a fuck.
All
Wasn't even my
right.
department. Wasn't even my department. I don't care.
It fell out his ear.
Yeah, I just played it
Got
off
you.
like it didn't happen.
Got
I just played it off. He saw it. I saw it. I just. So you gonna get the tool? Yeah. I was gone the next day.
Okay.
Gone the next day.
Any one of y'all anything y'all want to get off your chest?
Nah.
Yeah, I got something.
Go ahead, Tony. The floor is yours. Let me know why I get the bun. Let me know why I get the bun.
You know, coaches, you know, I typically don't have no problem with no coaches. You know, I listen, I learn, I take heed to what you got to tell me. But when you tell me that I am no longer a number one option on your team because I do not get rebounds for scoring, I'm no longer a number one scoring option on your team because I'm not averaging 10, 15 plus rebounds in a scrimmage at practice. Now I'm really getting lost because that's not how it works. And all of a sudden you have someone who's essentially a practice player who's getting all the fame and all the accolades. Oh yeah, Nate does this, Nate does that, Nate does that. And I'm like, coach, but come game time situation. Come next Tuesday when we have our scrimmage against Reading. 9 times out of 10, he's not going to play him, and if he does, it's for like the most minimum amount of minutes. But he's gonna play me and expect me to do everything. Expect me to put the points on the board, find people on the floor. But you want to blow me up and call me out in front of everybody at practice because I'm no longer your number one option because I'm not snagging the ball down on defense. When you have me on the perimeter guarding the guards, but your centers average less rebounds than I do, and yeah, I'm the problem.
He wants you to
Now-
nice check to the boards.
Can I hit it now? Can I hit it now?
Go ahead and give it out.
Miss me with that bullshit.
I'm gonna be honest though too. Let's just keep it a buck. A lot of coaches don't know how to coach now that I know it's from high school and AAU. I'm just gonna keep it a buck. And I know I ain't coaching a minute, but it comes down to common sense sometimes and just understanding basketball. And I'm just like, what do you expect these kids to be?
Right.
Like you know you ain't got top tier talent sometimes. So then they expect these kids to be top tier talent. Don't let them have a son playing with them. Oh, that just yeah, you done lost that. I don't understand sometimes AAU and even some of these high school coaches now. I really don't.
Well, so Roach, you sure you don't got nothing you want to get off?
Yeah, you do.
Okay.
Nah, I ain't gonna say it.
You sure? Come on.
No.
Someone posted a question a long time ago. I doubt if they still on the live. If they are, I respect it. So I'm gonna go on and answer that question. I'm gonna post it up here. They asked me, is Breland Craft the best player in 2028? Because I interviewed Breland on my show. Is he the best player in 2028? No, because I've seen some tough players as far as he's a guard. So I'm gonna answer this question. Breland is probably top 5 in the state of Georgia. I can't say in the country because I haven't seen all the players in 2028 in the country, but in the state of Georgia, he is definitely top 5. So if you're still on the live and you're still watching, yes, Breland Craft is the top 5 guard in the class of 2028 in the state of Georgia.
He tough. I will say that. I seen a couple of highlights. He
He
tough.
played with TSF. I watch him, man. He's very humble,
He's
very cool, and stuff like that. So I like him. And he got MVP a lot of things. So I definitely, I'm not gonna say the best because I got to see all the 2020 players. So I'm not gonna put it. But from what I see right now, I'm gonna put him up there near the top until I see better. So yeah, to answer your question.
I've never heard of the kid before, but
I think he played with your cousin a couple times.
Yeah, he has.
My
That's the one
nephew.
that was on ESPN.
like I said, hey, my nephew's really like that. Okay, but he's class 2029, so
Yeah, your nephew haven't came on my show yet either, but we gonna talk about that.
my nephew is really like that.
I know that, and
Not
like I
good.
said, your nephew haven't came on my Rising Superstar show yet either. Okay, all right, guys. Well, I do appreciate each of y'all for joining me on Around the NBA. We talked a lot. Next week we're gonna touch on the top 10 shooting guards.
That's gonna be a doozy.
That's gonna be a dude.
That's gonna be a doozy, especially if this man got D'Angelo Russell 10. This might have Shaden Sharp at number 9.
I think my shooting guard list is pretty locked.
Matt Ryan gonna be at number top 10.
He made the game-winning 3 to go to overtime.
Matt Ryan is
He's
number
number
one after that game winning 3.
He's number
He's number one.
Good night, ladies and gentlemen.
He's talking. Whoa! He's talking about Matt Ryan for the Falcons. Relax, man. He threw a
That
couple
still should be
passes.
saying.
He,
that
threw,
still
he, threw, he threw a couple passes and hit a home run. I mean,
should-
You think I
yeah.
got delivered pizza?
So at the end of my show, every time I let my guests reintroduce themselves. So if you want to follow them on social media, KDH, tell everybody how they can follow you.
You can follow me on Twitter, Instagram, and YouTube, and that's it. Band-Aid Boys Podcast. I want to say that's it. Yeah, that's all I'm promoting right now.
Okay, and my boy, Mr. Roach, how everybody can follow you?
you can follow me on Instagram at Mr. Roach01, and I believe my Twitter handle is Mr. Roach10.
Okay.
If not, it's 01. But yeah, that's the only places I'm on.
All right, and Mr. Tony, tell everybody how they can follow you on social media.
I'm on Instagram and Twitter. Instagram is at Antonio Zachary. Zachary is ZACKARY. And on Twitter, it is Tonio Zachary. Zachary spelled the same way.
Great. And this is your boy DT. Of course, DT's Unfiltered, Uncensored. You know, you can listen to my podcast show every Saturday on the Block 105 Radio, 6 a.m., 7 p.m. Eastern. The link is on my bio, which is my Instagram page, which is DT underscore Unfiltered, Uncensored. You go on there, go to my bio. You click that link for the Block 105 Radio, take you to the link. You go listen to stream my show every Saturday. You can follow my Twitter account, which is DTUNFILUNCEN 247, because I'm uncensored and I'm filtered 24/7. Also, you go follow my Facebook page. I have a DT Unfiltered Uncensored page. I have a Twitch account, which is the same day, DT Unfiltered Uncensored. I told you my Instagram. You know my YouTube, because if you're watching me, damn. Then you subscribe to my YouTube channel, because we're gonna do a lot of live streams. We're gonna post a lot of content, and also check out my Rising Superstars show. I got some amazing God Almighty in the country. I don't interview 25 players, just looking up my damn promo for myself right now. So yeah, just checking out. Oh, oh,
My
you got a
bad,
comment.
Coach.
You
My
got a
bad.
comment. You got a comment. Hold on, somebody post that. Uh,
Nah,
um, so,
he played for the Astro Dolphins.
um, but I appreciate everybody who tuned in, checking out the show, listen to the boys. We had a great conversation. I appreciate KDH as always, and D Dan Roach, part of the Band Aid boys, joining my show. And I'm glad to have Tony actually come out and do the show for the first time. Want to see how he did. I see he's like, oh my God, I didn't know it was gonna be like this and stuff like that. But yeah, you got to get part of it. We have a good time. That's what we do this for. We do this for enjoyment. And we're trying to do this to get paid too. So just let you know that we're not doing this. We're doing it for enjoyment, but we're going to get paid. So I'm just want to let everybody know that. And if you ever interested in being part of the DT Unfiltered show, all you gotta do is DM me, hit me on Instagram, and I want players of all ages. As long as you got to mature, and you're mature, and you know how to have a conversation about sports and not bias, be on the show. But I don't want kids and immature people on my show. It's not gonna happen, because if I get someone on there, I'm gonna tell you go get removed from the stream ASAP. All right. Once again, this is your boy DT from DT's Unfiltered, Uncensored. Check us next time, next week, same platform, same station. All right, guys. Thank y'all.
No problem. Thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah.